The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain calls.
During the first 2 to 3 years I spent playing Genshin, I was a major lore skipper. I was not interested in the story or the lore much at all, to be honest, and the little that I did know was really surface level stuff. In fact, the most I did know was, oh, Celestia is a floating island in the sky. I think it's supposed to be like heaven or something. But they did also kill an entire group of people, Conria, so that's awkward. And yeah, people died. That sucks, bro. Anyways, where's my sibling at? The funny thing I've come to realize now that I've actually started caring about the lore is that it's been under my nose this whole time to such a crazy degree, and I've just kind of been ignoring it for 3 years. This video is probably going to be a massive yap session, but if you're willing to stick around, buckle in. Okay, so when I first started playing, I kind of paid a little bit of attention to the first couple acts of Mondstadt, mostly because the fanboy caught my eye and I wanted to know more about him, and then I just started skipping it from there. I became more interested in pulling or leveling characters or exploring the open world more than the actual story itself. As you can imagine, it eventually got to a point where I kind of had no idea what was happening in the story and avoided quests like the plague. My quest log got so big that it was overwhelming to even think about. I would just gonna spam the spacebar. That's how I would do quests. Peak gameplay. So if I was so detached from Genshin's plot, what made me so interested in it now? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, one day I saw a post talking about the upside down Teyvat theory. Now this theory is probably around 4 or 5 years old now, but I was genuinely intrigued when I first saw it. Basically, the theory is that the entire continent or world of Teyvat is actually upside down. First you had the real sky, then I guess the top of Teyvat had the Irminsul, Khaenri'ah, Spiral Abyss, and so on. And all of that was right side up. Then you had the continent of Teyvat, which is what we explore and see in the game, which is actually upside down with Celestia, I guess further down in the fake sky. It's complicated, but this was the image I saw when I stumbled across this theory. Obviously, this theory is far-fetched and outdated, but for someone who knew nothing about the story or lore to begin with, this image alone really interested me. And yeah, it got me more curious about it. Eventually, I would discover the whole debacle with the fake sky, the Moon Sisters, the Four Sinners, and let go of the upside down theory, but the intrigue was still there. I think what really helped cement my interest was the fake sky stuff. It's not really something I would have ever expected from Genshin, so I was very fascinated by what it could mean. I needed to know more. The whole fake sky thing isn't anything new. Scaramouche said it in that one event way back in 1.1.
The stars, the sky, it's all a gigantic hoax. A lie.
The stars are a lie. What are you talking about?
But I didn't play that event, so this was all very new to me at the time. What the heck did the fake sky mean? What could that entail? A couple months ago, I explored the map trying to find details on it that could be lore relevant. What surprised me was that there's actually a lot of attention to detail on the map. Walking along Oroboshi's skeleton, sorry if I butchered that name by the way, and seeing the split through Inazuma that was Raiden Shogun slaying him was really, really cool. Before then, I had no idea who or what the snake skeleton even was. I kinda just thought it was a cool map design. Same goes for Dragonspine. I've explored Dragonspine now on 2 different accounts, and you're telling me I never noticed Durin's remains, except for the little cave that has his heart in it. There is massive ribs poking out of the ground, Shiloh. How did you not put 2 and 2 together? Wait, what do you mean the Moon Sisters were on a moral from 2.2 on Sarumi Island? Excuse me? In case you couldn't tell, I was quite overwhelmed by all the story I was drastically behind on. However, this was my new hyperfixation, and so naturally, I started watching hours of quests, playthroughs, lore breakdowns, and video essays talking about the entire Teyvat timeline. I remember first finding out Teyvat used to be populated by dragons and thinking, excuse me? You're telling me this has been common knowledge? For how long? I especially enjoy Cat with a Blue Hat's videos on little intricate details about Genshin's lore and how it connects to the map. My mind was blown when I found out that the Moon Sisters could be the reason behind the ancient civilization the Chasm being destroyed, and could also explain why we see fossils of sea creatures down there, or why Liyue and Inazuma all show signs of being affected by a big flood many years ago. I didn't even know there was a flood in Genshin's lore, but here we are! These were all details I just never noticed until I actually started paying attention. After I got through more of Natlan's Archon quests and saw the sky get literally shattered, yeah, I audibly screamed, because at that point I was invested, I was fascinated, I was interested. It was really cool to see it in Archon quest. It's funny because now I honestly feel kind of silly for having such a surface level understanding of the story for as long as I did. I just really leveled characters for 3 years, huh? So with that said, where am I at now? Well, there are still finer details about the story I want to become more familiar with, specifically relating to the dragons, the primordial one, and the overall deep history of Teyvat and its past. But I would say overall, I'm pretty well caught up. I'm just happy that I understand what's going on now, and that I genuinely enjoy doing quests and learning more. It's kind of opened up a whole part of the game that I used to ignore, and I don't know, it feels fuller now. I'm genuinely enjoying each update more than what I used to, because there's more content than just the characters that are coming out. I'm honestly just blabbing at this point, but ultimately I just want to talk about how I went from not caring at all and skipping the story to genuinely being really immersed and just enjoying the game more than ever now. Nordcry is a region I am so insanely hyped for because I feel like it came out at just the right time for me. I started getting more into the lore a bit after Natlan released, and so knowing that Nordcry is going to be focusing on all the stuff I've been learning about,
I came here for the moon.
really excites me. I'm really eager to learn more about the Moon Sisters, their significance, especially all this new moon talk. My theory is that the new moon could be Columbina based on what we've seen in teasers. I don't know, we'll see. They should still add a skip button though.